This is The Scoop for Monday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. Leaders of the Hillsborough County Republicans and Democrats and young Republicans and Democrats came together to discuss local, state, and national politics in a political forum on Friday. WMNF's Chris Young reports on the panel.
At the political forum Tampa Tiger Bay Club, participants fielded questions from concerned citizens regarding housing affordability, immigration policy, and more. But all panelists found common ground in being unhappy with certain aspects of Florida's Republican leadership. Hillsborough Democrats Representative Hoyt Prindle called out Republican Governor Ron DeSantis for rejecting Medicaid expansion.
You know, a lot of Republican states with Republican governors and Republican-controlled legislatures has passed Medicaid expansion. This state has not.
Brittany Lissy is the president of the Tampa Bay Young Republicans. Her Sarasota area house was destroyed during Hurricane Helene, and she struggled with flood insurance coverage.
As a Republican, I can sit here and say that I completely disagree with the governor and the Florida legislature on what they have done with insurance in Florida.
The latest figures show registered Republicans outnumber Democrats by almost 2,000 in Hillsborough County. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Staffers at Florida National Parks have begun receiving termination letters amid sweeping layoffs at the National Park Service. That could leave some of the nation's busiest parks shorthanded. Jenny Stolatovich has the story.
While the National Park Service has so far not provided details, current and former park staff say up to 20 workers have been terminated.
It's across a broad array of fields, and that's the odd thing. It wasn't a surgical kind of thing.
Gary Bremen is a former ranger. He's been tracking the layoffs at South Florida parks, including Biscayne National Park, where he worked until 3 years ago. He heard cuts include maintenance, research, and school programs. One staffer WLRN spoke to received a 4-page termination letter as an attachment buried in an email. She and Bremen said 2 of her colleagues were also laid off. She moved across the country last year for what she thought was her dream job. Now she's wondering how she'll pay her rent. She asked not to be named for fear of hurting her chances of being rehired.
People are frightened. You know, you don't go into the National Park Service to make $1 million, right? The old adage is we get paid in sunsets.
Local park officials referred questions to the service's Washington headquarters, which did not respond to 2 requests for comment. I'm Jenny Stolatovich in Miami.
The Tampa Bay Times reports that insurance companies in Florida have been making billions of dollars, even as they claim to be losing money in the wakes of Hurricane Irma and Michael, according to a study obtained by the Times Herald. The 2 storms between 2017 and 2019 precipitated an industry-wide crisis as companies rationalized big rate increases to cover losses. According to the 2022 study, even while the industry was struggling financially, with companies losing massive sums of money, executives gave $680 million to shareholders as dividends and sent billions to their affiliate companies, leaving insurers financially incapable of covering claims. The state legislature never saw the report. The state's insurance commissioner at the time, Governor Ron DeSantis, worked to pass laws making it harder to sue insurance companies. Between 2017 and 2019, most insurers in the study had a net loss of $432 million, while their affiliate companies showed a net income of $1.8 billion. Congressman Byron Donalds told a conservative audience Friday to stay tuned after President Donald Trump said he'd endorse the Naples Republican for a run for Florida's governor in 2026. Trump wrote on his social media platform, Truth Social, quote, Donalds would be a truly great and powerful governor for Florida, and should he decide to run, will have my complete and total endorsement. Run, Byron, run, unquote. Donalds also posted on X that an announcement was coming soon. Other names that have been floated for governor include State Agriculture Commissioner Wilton Simpson, former Congressman Matt Gaetz, and Florida First Lady Casey DeSantis. Duke Energy Florida said Friday it is moving forward with plans for solar energy sites in Madison County, Sumter County, Hernando County, and Jefferson County. The plans were included in a base rate settlement that the Florida Public Service Commission approved in August. Duke said in a news release that it had broken ground on the projects in Madison, Sumter, and Hernando counties. Those sites are expected to start operating by January. The Jefferson County project is in the permitting process and is expected to come online by the summer of 2026, according to Duke. Each site will have a 74.9 megawatt capacity, and Duke said it is putting more than $521 million into the projects. There's a good chance of rain today with highs in the mid-60s. More rain tonight with overnight lows in the lower 60s. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with highs in the mid-70s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.